let's see, you wrote something. You do the same thing. In your country, you teach kids your subjective Swedish morals. Do you think it is oppressive and brainwashing for Swedish kids that you teach them in school you wouldn't marry an animal or a baby? Let's see here. Well, the problem is that we have freedom for the individual. So we do not. The system we have built is around individuality, and that the individuality is protected by the nation itself. So if you think, if I don't believe in Swedish morals, then yeah, you're right. I have been taught my morals because no, my morals is what I have been taught to some degree. Like ethics is something you have been taught. So let's say you have an ethical conflict. You have a scenario where the person gets to think about what's right and what's wrong to do in different situations. So you are on a theoretical level when you have a made up scenario where you teach out how you're supposed to think and how you're supposed to act. Your morals is what you later do. So when you are placed in the same situation where you are now in that real situation, what you will do or what you will say will be your morals. So what you've been taught doesn't matter, because your morals is what you did. So the ethics you were taught is one thing, and your morals is what you do. Let's see. Do you think it's oppressive and brainwashing for Swedish kids that you teach them in school you shouldn't marry an animal or baby? We have... I don't think it's oppressive or brainwashing. What that is about is that we have children. You can't marry a baby or children. That's I don't even know why you say that. When it comes to animals, you can't marry them either. The reason being that an animal is either wild or a property. So it's not a person. So when you're a citizen or a person that exists within the nation, you can be you're a lawful being within the system. An animal is not. And a child is protected by international conventions that Sweden has taken a stance on. So in Sweden we defend children's individual rights. It's a little bit in beginning phase, so it might not be a perfect thing, but it's actually giving more freedom to children than children has ever had before. So what it is that we want the individual to be free and part of society. So you're not owned. Your parents don't own you. So you're not a slave to your family. So you don't have to be a slave to your parents. You don't have to be forced to believe what they believe, and so forth. The family structure is not supposed to be an oppressive, pushing down structure. So this one is there's still oppressive structures within the Sweden's society, of course. We call it a living system. So we try to make our system better and freer for the individual to the degree that it is possible. And we do want families to take more responsibilities, but when it comes to having kids, you have, as a parent, responsibilities to your child. It's not the other way around. So your child has no responsibilities towards you. You have a responsibility towards them. And that responsibility stops existing at 18 years of age. So what happens is that you are now on your own, but interaction with your family members is now done by your own free will. So say, for example, that you are an oppressive parent that tries to dictate what your children thinks, what they should believe, how they should vote or something like that. They have the freedom to escape you. The quality of life, though, is not something that we guarantee. So that's a big issue with the Swedish system, is that they do speak about freedom, but when you do escape your family, so to speak, if you're in a religious cult or something and you try to escape, is that you need a job and you need a home and stuff, and you need to pay for that home. So you will be freer, but you will still have responsibilities to take care of yourself, which will means that you will need to search for jobs. When you do get your job, you need to do what you're expected to do to earn your keep and stuff like that. So we do have, it's not forced, but you don't have, what are you gonna do? So you have to earn your keep. So it's the freedom of the individual is based around what is possible, not that you're a king. Let's see here. If a man, you're saying if a man wants to marry and have sex with a dog in Sweden, you cannot do this. No, you cannot marry a dog. A dog is a property. It's not a person. You cannot marry a dog. Neither can he marry a baby. Yes, he cannot marry a baby because the person needs to be considered an adult. So you can marry a person when they are 18 years of age. You can marry as early as 16. But I think you need permissions from the parents when you are 16. So the female needs to want to marry, and then the parents needs to agree to that. If the parents don't agree to the marriage, she will need, or him, it doesn't matter if it's a she or he, but the person needs to wait until they are 18. Because the parents have no say after 18. They can marry whoever they want, no matter religion, race, or they can even marry gay couples. In Sweden, a female can marry another female, and a male can marry another male. There's no restrictions there, because as an adult, you are free to make that choice of a partner by yourself. So your parents won't matter. And you don't have to spend any time with any relative that you do have if they treat you poorly. You only spend time with people that you want to spend time with. You're not forced in any social manner that you have to spend time with someone that you don't appreciate or doesn't appreciate you. So if you have a bad relationship with your family members, you either work that thing out or you don't spend time together. Neither can he marry multiple women. Yes, we do not have so you can only marry one person. So you can only marry one person by law, and there's structural reasons for this. But you can remarry. So basically, what's happening is that you need to divorce your wife or your man, and then remarry. So there's structural reasons for this. But you can have relationships with several people that you are not married with. So you can lawfully have sex with how many people you do want. The question is if your partner will leave you or not when you are unfaithful. So what happens is that we call that an open relationship. So when you actually have sex with you accept that your partner and maybe you yourself have sex with other people. You might even have another married couple that you are friends with, and you swap partners. So he has sex with your wife and you have sex with his wife. And that's totally legal, as long as you don't pay each other money for it. If you just meet up and are friends and you have sex with each other, that's totally fine. It doesn't affect the marriage unless the people in the relationship doesn't want that relationship to be in that manner. All of this is you enforcing your vice on others within your society. No, our society is built around freedom. We do have some oppressive parts in the system. It's basically a democracy is a work in progress, but it's also affected by the people who vote and the people who become politicians. So it's a work in order, and we can't have more freedom. If we have too much freedom, then individuals will not keep society functioning. So if we don't have a functional society, then we can't protect people's freedom either. So let's for example, we would defund society entirely, and we only have communities. There's a risk that Russia would stomp us. We would not have an army. We would not have the resources to defend ourselves. They would swap in with planes, tanks, and other weapons that we wouldn't be able to defend ourselves, because we are now poorly organized and badly equipped to deal with the situation. And that's why I want a strong society, basically.